Hi, Stitch Roadie friends, how are you doing? I am keeping my head above water, which is pretty good because I'm not really great. I'm not a great swimmer, but I have felt like this last week. I've been treading a lot of water. I had a dental surgery earlier in the week, which was quite fascinating. It turned out that I had to have a bone graft done on my lower jaw, I guess it was, because the periodontist found what she thought was the remnants of a baby tooth. And that kind of explains a lot of my maturity level. Maybe I'm still hanging on to things. Isn't that weird? But I am a dental coward. When I was 18 years old, I had a pretty significant bicycle accident while I was in college and landed on the street with my jaw first. So my teeth closed so hard that I broke a lot of teeth. I know, it was awful. And ever since then, I've been a chicken, a dental chicken. So when I was pondering about even keeping this appointment, but I knew that it was probably the mature thing to do. Oh, and just so you know, this is a channel about cross-stitch. So if you're new, I eventually get to the cross-stitch. But I do a lot of babbling in between. So I showed up at my appointment, and I told the front desk gals, oh, look, there's that garbage man that has the camera. I'm not going out there. Okay, so I showed up and told the front desk. They asked, are you ready? You know, and I'm like, no, I am not ready. And I told them that years ago I picked my dentist that I had for years and years because his advertisement said cater to cowards. That was me. That was me. So you know what she did? She gave me this. She says, when you're nervous or scared, you just squeeze it. Well, I have been squeezing it every time I turn the TV on. No, yeah, it's my favorite thing. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Anyway, I have a bunch of stitches in my mouth, and the biggest trauma about it is all the restrictions. I can't chew on this side of my mouth for 4 months. I don't know what diet program that includes. And I can't use a straw. I drink water with a straw. Straws are a way of life for me. But I can't use a straw. What else? Oh, no happy hour. I mean, I can be happy and I can have an hour, but I can't have a cocktail at happy hour. Yeah, so there were no sticky, crunchy. Yeah, I'm wondering if my dentist has like a stock in Weight Watchers or something. But anywho, that has been the biggest challenge for me is the straw. And I go back in 2 weeks and get the stitches all out, but I was surprised at how painless. I mean, the most difficult part about it was the numbing stuff, you know, that they inject, and yeah. But I've got now this. This is like, yes, I'm gonna need this ball. here. Yeah, so I'm drinking water without a straw. Oh, how tragic, huh? Okay, first thing I want to do is that I have received and prepped and I'm ready to start, which I'm going to be starting as soon as I'm done here. You remember this, and you know the winner of this book is Patricia Girard. And I will put your name in the drop-down box, and I'll try to remember to tell G to put a flyer at the end. So you'll see my email address in the drop-down description box, and just email me your mailing address, and I will forward that on to Kate, who's absolutely wonderful at the Fat Quarter Shop, and she'll send you a copy so you can stitch along with us. So I am stitching this one. Of course, I'm going to stitch them all, but this is the one I'm doing with the group at the Fat Quarter Shop, and I've got my fabric all ready, and I am using the called for, which was this thread pack, and I've unwrapped them all and got them in my little thread holder. This was by Beth Twists of Heartstring Samplery's husband, and I am ready to go. So today I will be starting that. But you can start anytime you want. You just have to order the book from the Fat Quarter Shop. I mean, really, what's not to love about all of these? The second one I'm going to do is that Quaker one. I just love that Quaker one too. Okay, so that little bit of business out of the way, I'm telling you, that Kate, I told her I needed this because after all, this room, this place is called the Beehive. And when I saw this on Fat Quarter Shop's site, I said, yes, please. So look at that. It's a mesh bag, and it came with the fabric, the pattern, the thread, DMC, the needle minder, here's the pattern. This was all packed together in the mesh bag, and a design board. Oh, there it is. Design board. And if you happen to order over $30 worth of stuff, which is not hard to do, you get a free Home Sweet Home pattern by It's So Emma, which is that one right there. Yeah. And then the fabric she included, you know, I was going to just do it on scrap fabric that I had, but the fabric that came with this kit was called Berkshire Hive 14 Count Ada by Fabric Flare, and I don't know if you can see this. Oh yeah, it's showing up, but there's a beehive pattern on there, a honeycomb pattern, so I have to use that. So that's what I'm going to be stitching it on. And then Kate included for the beehive, look at that, a little bee thread cutter. Yeah, so I will be starting that pronto. Or as, what is Laura on Brenda and the Cereal Star say? I've got my marching orders. Is that what she says? Yeah. She says something. Oh, this bag is so adorable, though. It's so adorable. What else is going on? It's been quite a week because, you know, anytime I have to go in the dentist, it's like high drama for me. And I've thrown G into a tizzy because, you know, I can't eat. I have to eat soft foods. I can't eat crunchy or chewy foods. And he does a lot of the cooking. And, yeah. So I've been eating a lot of yogurt. Plain yogurt. I did finish. Of course, now I don't have the pattern with me. Where's the pattern? Oh, I've misplaced it. Well, you know, it's the 4th of July one. I finished that. Isn't that adorable? And I absolutely love his beard, which is made out of that fuzzy floss. Janine, I was able to get all of that at Acorns and Threads. But isn't he adorable? Yeah. So I had that finish. Oh, and I also found my earbuds. The dentist was asking me, do you have earbuds that you want to listen to? And I said, I can't find them. I went camping and I can't find them. They were in this bag. So the Star of Wonder Stitch Along that was on the Fat Quarter Shop, it's worth it. It is, well, gosh, all of their stuff is worth it. But I finished that. Isn't that so pretty? I mean, there's some things that you say, oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that beautiful? Like when I see a mirabilia that someone stitched, I'm like, isn't that beautiful? This is so pretty. And I believe I'm going to do a flat fold type of finish with a hanging loop that that will be hanging in one of my family members' house. So I got that done. That was good. Now here's where I came up against a change in the path I'm taking, because no one's the boss of me, or you for that matter. But as you know, in this gorgeous bag, I just love this bag. And this was by Linex Stitches Design. I'll try to remember to put these links below for those of you who might be interested. But, yeah. If not, you can stop it, the video, and look at all that information right there. Okay. So, Women of Honor. This has been my designated stitch. And that means I am stitching on this every evening. And this is where it's really hard to see on this fabric, but let me tell you, it's absolutely gorgeous. The only problem I have is that somewhere on this left, on this side, I'm off. I had a counting mistake. And I could not find where I made the mistake to save my life. So what I did was I went back to the other side and I started stitching. So this is the very bottom of this. And so I've gotten to this corner. I'm going to come across and come up and either find where I made the mistake or kind of fudge it. Because really. But the big decision that I have made is that this is going to be in a timeout, and not because of the mistake, I roll with the punches when it comes to a mistake. But because when I was organizing myself for this video, I came across my anniversary stitch. You know, the one that Beth Twist charted for me that I can't show you because all I have is the chart, and she did it on the quick for me. Life is short. Take the trip, buy the shoes, eat the cake, and sleep with the guitar player. Well, I don't have a cover picture yet till I get it done. My anniversary is at the end of September, and I cannot believe it's going to be August. And I said, okay, whoa, baby, rein in the horses, stop the train, let's reevaluate. You are in charge. Okay, so we're going to put Women of Honor on the back burner just till I get this one done, because this has got to be done. This is my anniversary stitch. I mean, I actually begged Beth, get this done because I got to get it stitched before my anniversary. And then I totally got sidelined. Not my fault. Something pretty passed by. And so there's how much I've gotten done. No, I'm going to be hitting this one hard. And I don't think it should take me that long. It's just that I've been distracted by so much. And you can tell, summer, you know, the kids aren't in school. Weather's good. We spent a day this last week with my middle grandson at the river beach, and oh, was it amazing. I know that all of you think you have the most spectacular grandchildren, but I don't want to pop your bubble, but I think I might have the best grandchildren. Anyway, we spent the day with him out there where he just played all day on the river, and then we went blueberry picking and blackberry picking, and we had lunch at a berry farm. It was a glorious day. It was the perfect weather, and we were, I mean, you could tell it was perfect weather because there was a gazillion of those bike racers out on the island. They do the big loop. They do this big loop of bike riding, and you share the road. But, yeah, so, you know, I've been kind of distracted, but I could not believe how fast time has gone this summer. It's just, I know on Friday my older grandson and I are going to see Despicable Me 4. I'm kind of looking forward. I'm looking forward to being with my grandson. I am also kind of looking forward to the movie because I am all about the Minions, but I can't have a straw. I can't have a drink. I'm not supposed to have carbonated drinks. And I can't have popcorn. What is the point? Oh, yeah, I just lost it for a moment. I'm still going to have fun because I get to be with him. Yeah. But who goes to the movie and doesn't have popcorn? I can't wait. And this is like, I can't eat on this side of my mouth for 4 months. Really? I paid big bucks for that treatment. And I found out when I was getting ready for this that that's a side I chew on. So now I've had to become an ambidextrous chewer, if there is such a thing. Anywho, I did have 3 starts this month and 3 finishes. So there you go. But you can see I didn't get a lot checked. There were dreams there, but that's okay. We're going to see what next month brings. And, you know, it's countdown for us here and that are big fans of Acorns and Threads, that Penwith Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Is in September. And tomorrow is the first Thursday Stitch Day at Acorns and Threads. And Cheryl from Stitching with the Sisterlies is going to pick me up, and we're going to ride over together because, you know, I have stitches which I'm using as an excuse not to drive. Don't tell Cheryl that I drove to the store. Yeah. I did this week get going on Connie's birthday sale. Connie's a stitcher that comes to Acorns and Threads, and everybody loved this one. And Acorns, oh, they have all the stuff, and so I gave it a start, and I'm telling you, I am in love. Just ever so small a start, but I love this stitch. I just love this stitch. And I'm doing it on, let's see, 36 count tea set by Graham Cracker, using the Call for Floss. I love it. And I did meet the goal. The 2 goals I met before August were, you know, I'm stitching along with Julie and Margaret on this Primrose Cottage minis. I'm just stitching them all and then going to figure out what I'm going to do with them at the end, but I'm putting them all on one fabric. And so I've got, and I started in March, that's why there's no January and February, but that's, July's got done. Aren't they cute? They're just so cute. So I got that going and done. Quite proud of myself. Gold star for me. Yeah, I hope I see some of you tomorrow at Acorns and Threads. Oh, Halloween bag. I finished another day on Halloween calendar. This is another one that I need to step up the pace on because I would like to make this and make it into a quilt wall hanging for my younger grandkids. But let's see how much I can get done because I'm only on, I just finished day 10. This is so cute. It's absolutely adorable. Isn't that cute? I mean, I love the fabric. I am doing it a little differently probably than the pattern says, because what I'm doing is the framework of the calendar, the black framework and the words are all two strands, but all of the motifs in the blocks are with one strand. I don't know why I decided to do it that way, but I know why I decided to do it that way, because this fabric count, let me see what this fabric count is. Does it say? No, I don't have it. I don't know. I'm not very organized, but I have stitches in my tooth, my gum, so organization, I can't be expected to be real organized. Anyhow, this is some tiny, minuscule count. And I started with 2 threads. I didn't even think, oh, this is too small for 2 threads, until I asked Janine at Acorns and Threads, look at this fabric. Was I supposed to do 2? And she goes, not really. But, you know, you do you. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to readjust then, because it is kind of tough. So I'm just doing the frame with 2 threads and all of the little motifs with 1 thread. And I love the way it looks. I love the way it looks, yeah. So there we go. So I'm going to have to move this one and my anniversary next to my chair. Yes. Okay, I think that's all. I think I am absolutely caught up on my pile here. I did some work in trying to clean up the beehive. I spent a lot of time organizing my 5x7 patterns, and I have a lot of them. And so I bought a box, like a plastic box that fits that size, and yeah, there's a lot to do, but boy am I having a good time. Be sure you sign up for the newsletter from Acorns and Threads and check out their calendar, because the garage sale's happening soon. And my friend Margaret is also doing the Facebook group for the Acorns and Threads, so a lot more stuff will be coming down the line. She's the one that does all the samples that are in the shop. You know, they're pretty amazing how much she gets done. I have been watching Sweet Tooth. Never heard of it. My girlfriend texted me and said, have you watched Sweet Tooth? And I said, never heard of it. And she said, oh, it's right up your alley. And I said, really? So turns out she and I are now deep diving into Sweet Tooth, which is about a pandemic and little babies that are born with antlers and piggy noses. Yeah, I know. You gotta see it to really appreciate it. And I have also been watching the Olympics sporadically, because, you know, like everyone, you love the gymnastics and the swimming and all of that, but there was 2 that I only kept them on for a few minutes, because one was I think it was trap shooting, and my eyesight just was not good enough to even see what they were shooting at. They were shooting so far that I couldn't even see what they were aiming at until something exploded over there. But whether it, I'm assuming that when the powder went off that they actually hit it. But yeah, that was really different. And then there were two women's teams competing, and I looked at G and I said, "What is that? It's not basketball. It's not dodgeball or soccer. What is it? I've never seen that sport before." And that's the thing. Who knew? I did not know there were so many different sports. Yeah. So this, I looked it up and I said, it looks kind of like this, but kind of like this. And sure enough, Google came up with the name. It was called netball. We played dodgeball when I was a kid, but I knew nothing about netball. It's played on a basketball court, but it has little nets like soccer nets. But yeah, I had never even heard of netball. So that was really interesting. And then we watched about 15 minutes of dressage. You know, when I was growing up, nobody in my circle was able to do anything called dressage. You know, we were picking strawberries or working at Dairy Queen. And it's so beautiful, but it was like, wow. It was really something I was never exposed to. Although I did ride in a rodeo once, but that's a story for another day. Or maybe I already told it, who knows? Okay, that's it. You guys have fun. Hope I see some of you at Acorns and Threads, because that's where I love to stitch. And you take care, take advantage of August. Yeah, time's a fleeting. Love you guys.